So hello everybody and welcome back, or welcome to the Outback UK. In today's video I just want to go over the setup, latest setup that I've got, and what you're going to be seeing in quite a lot of videos from now on. I got this setup specifically after catching those bigger fish, the bigger perch. In the big perch on pike lures video, I thought I might get a setup specifically for big perch, and that's exactly what I've done here. So I'm going to go over it, go over why I got what I got, tell you what I got, how much I paid, etc. And we'll also have a look in the lure bag at what I'm using for the big perch setup. So let's get straight to it. So first things first, the rod. The rod is a Svartsonker 7'2", Black Series big perch, and it's weighted between 12 and 38 gram. The reason I went 7'2" is because I fish a lot of higher walls for perch. I fish off a lot of structure that's quite high, and I'd usually go with a smaller rod. I'd usually go with like a 6'6" or something for perch, but I thought I'll get a little bit of a longer rod, and that'll help me keep crankbaits and jerkbaits and stuff in the water for a little bit longer. And it's proven to be actually working really well for me. So I thought 7'2" will do it. The reason I went with Svartsonker is because I know these rods have quite a lot of backbone. They're quite a stiff rod, which I know a lot of people don't like. But I knew that I'd be using this for smaller pike as well. I don't know if you guys would be able to see, but it doesn't have that much flex. It's a really fast action. All the action's in the tip, so it is quite a extra fast action rod, but really good for crankbaits. Especially when using crankbaits, you want quite a stiff rod because they create a lot of drag, so to speak, in the water. They pull quite a lot, so you don't want a rod that's like proper bent over. You want to be able to control it quite well, so you want quite a fast action tip. So that is why I went with Svartsonker. I knew if I got something just a little bit lower than 48, just a bit lower than 40 gram, that it'd like be pretty much spot on and perfect and do the job really well. And it's proven to be amazing. More than enough backbone to set the hook on a pike, more than enough backbone to handle a pike, but also flexible enough to be able to fight perch quite nicely. But I'm on about perch like £3, between £3 and £5 perch. That's what this is specifically going to be for targeting. It's going to be bigger lures, spinnerbaits, chatterbaits, big flies, stuff like that. But obviously with using bigger lures, there is a bigger chance of catching pike as well. So should be suited really nicely for that. So yeah, that's the rod. Now I'll go over the reel. So the reel I've actually chosen to pair up with this rod actually pairs up beautifully, matches it really nice, harms really well. It's just like, it's almost a perfect combo. It's very hard to put it down. But the reel I've gone with is a Shimano Curado DC. Actually managed to get this reel for £160, and the rod, I forgot to give the price, but I got this rod for £35 on Fish Deal. Usually they're about a £70 rod, but managed to get it for about 35 quid, so I'm over the moon with that. But yeah, 160 quid for the reel. Shimano Curado DC. Not a lot of people in UK, the guys that are new to the baitcasters might not know what DC is, and it literally stands for digital chip or digital computer. It means that there is a chip inside this reel that turns on as the spool starts spinning. It's centrifugal energy, so the inertia from the spool powers the chip, and it reads the spool 1,000 times a second. So what that does, it stops bird's nest, it stops backlashes, it helps with your distance. It's almost cheating. It is really almost cheating when it comes to using a baitcaster, because you literally have to do, no, I've got this on setting 3 and that's it. It's perfect. Can cast this a good 120, 150 yards with a bigger lure. It's insane. I love it. I will be getting some more of these reels, but I think I'm going to get the Scorpion DC in red, because that actually looks like a really nice reel. So I had to just pause the video there to do some dog walkers and that walking past. But yeah, that is the reel. I've paired it up. Shimano Curado DC. It's a 151 size Svartsonker Black Series big perch rod. 7'2", 12 to 38 gram, perfect bit of kit. And the line, should actually tell you what line I've got on there. I've got 18 pound Shimano Aero line. It's what Shimano recommend to put on this reel anyway, and the reel actually already came with this line and a big like 300 meter spool of it. So big shout out to Fel Grandad for that. Really appreciate it. 160 quid for that, and it's honestly brand new. There's not a single mark on it. Already spooled up. I have actually re-spooled this because I was getting a little bit of a problem with line twists, so I put a bit more line on but straightened it out a bit. But yeah, that is it. That is literally it. That's what I'm using for big perch and small pike, and it's what you're going to be seeing in a lot of videos from now on. So get used to it. And we'll quickly go over some lures that I'm using for this rod as well. We'll go over what's in my bag, what I've got, what I've kind of how I've tuned my boxes up to this rod, and let's get to it. So we have actually already talked about the rod and reel. Now we'll go over what lures I'm using, or what's in my boxes and what I carry when I go out for perch specific. Now, I'm not really going to go over the pike stuff. I have got a pike fly box here, but like I say, it is for pike, that one. I don't use flies for perch, not that often anyway. I don't have many smaller flies, but we'll just have a little go over what I've got. In this I've got some chatterbaits, really nice chatterbaits. These were sent to me by Janos in the video. Got some spinnerbaits. They're all pretty much loaded up with trailers. That's a really nice spinnerbait there with a nice white trailer on it. I've got some spinnerbaits as well, but they're a bit hidden in. I've also got some small to medium sized soft plastics, because obviously perch do love a nice soft plastic presentation. So we've got a load of them. Got some jigs. We've got some weedless jigs here. Let me just get it off. Got some weedless jigs, well, EWG hooks, weighted EWG hooks. They're supposed to have a screw lock on it, but they are falling off. They do fall off quite often. But the size jigs I've got in here is 7 gram mainly. It goes 7 gram, 7.5, 5, and then 7 gram here as well. But I've also got some bigger jigs that I'll use for bigger paddle tails when going for pike mainly as well. I've also got some bigger extra wide gap hooks. As you can see there, that's quite a big EWG hook, but it is mainly a perch setup. I've also got some called the Trooper, that lure. You hear gunshots behind me. Yeah, that lure's called a Trooper. We've got some, you need some sort of crayfish imitation lure. They're amazing. Some flukes, there's a little fluke there, and then we've got some bigger flukes here. I haven't got a proper chance to use these flukes because I am a bit of a hard bait person when it comes to perch. I tend to prefer to use quite big hard baits. But amongst that, I've also got obviously more crayfish imitation, which I'm probably going to put something like that on in a sec when I go try and target a few perch. So that's it for like, this is mainly a, what's the word? Terminal tackle box. It's mainly just like hard jig heads, spinnerbaits, hooks, stuff like that. But this is like my prized perch box. This is the one that I love because obviously it's all my perch hard baits. These would normally be classed as pike hard baits or small pike hard baits, but these are the ones that I use for perch quite a lot, so we'll have a little look at them. This one was quite hard to get a hold of. It's a Duo Realis fang bait, pike limited. It is a pike lure, but I am using it for perch. Got a Berkeley, what is that called again? Berkeley Duke there, Berkeley Duke 128. I've already caught a nice perch on that. Really good lure, sits in water really nicely. Just sort all these out. This is actually something that I'm really wanting to throw around quite a lot. It's the Spro BBZ swim bait, the little jointed swim bait, which I think it looks amazing. I've had one perch on that so far, of being about £3. Won't film in now, we're just out fishing for that by myself. Didn't get no picture of it either. But I've got this one as well. This is a Livingston lure from America. I do have quite a few American and Japanese stuff, but this is actually an electric lure. I don't know if the mic will pick it up, but if you touch these two hook hangers here, I'll try and put it to mic, see if it picks it up. Ah, sharp hooks. Hopefully the mic will be able to pick that up, but that's obviously a little lipless crankbait. Really quite good little lures then. So yeah, what I'm mainly using is your jerk baits, crankbaits, stuff like that, and then your gliders. Like, I actually have a picture of a perch caught on this one. I'll put it up now. But that's your Westin Swim and a little Spro BBZ rat. But yeah, that Westin Swim, they work really, really well. Let's try and get it in focus. Yeah, they work really, really well. I've had some nice perch on that already. So that is pretty much what I carry when it comes to big perch fishing anyway. I've refined these boxes to suit my needs, so I can just grab 2 boxes, grab 1 rod, a net and a mat, always, and just get out. I usually try and bring this camera down a bit. I usually try and limit 1 box to 1 rod, but with having so many lures that I can swim in the amount of lures that I've got at the minute, I like to just refine it into about 2 boxes per 1 rod. It'll probably in a few months time be 3 boxes per 1 rod, and then 70 boxes per 1 rod, and I'll come out with a big 4 rucksacks. And yeah. But I try and stay as light as I possibly can when it comes to fishing anyway. That's all my fishing, whether it be pike, perch, trout, chub. I just try and stay quite light, and try and stay quite compact, and just because you don't want to be lugging around a load of gear all day. I mean, I do have to anyway, because I've got a tripod, a camera, microphone, GoPro, filming equipment, stuff like that. I do have to carry quite a lot, so it's nice for me to refine it down to where my fishing gear is quite small, and all the camera gear and everything can all condense into 1 bag. So I do kind of really need to do that. But I hope you have enjoyed this video. We will be getting some fishing very soon as the rivers calm down a little bit. It's been super difficult. I mean, I'm not a big still water fisherman. I love the rivers. It's just where my heart is. So hopefully within the next couple of days, if we don't get any rain, we'll be able to actually get onto some fish, and next week's video should be some good fish. So thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, leave me a like, leave me a comment. If you've got any ideas for future videos, let me know. If you just want to, not falling canal. But if you just want to say hi, you're welcome to. So peace.